Oh, I'm
No,
so
first
excited
grade.
to
First
start
grade.
kindergarten.
Oh, is it first grade? I don't fucking know. I don't have a kid.
Yeah, no, it's kindergarten is at 5. First grade is at 6.
Alright, well,
I'll take your
if
word for
everybody's
that.
ready, we can start.
I flunked first grade. No, I was called a held back because I was a summer baby, and so they felt that I could probably use another year, or I didn't fit, or I wasn't ready, or something.
I had a similar thing.
Yeah. A number of my
Which
really
is
good
probably the
friends
only reason
also
we
got
know
held
each other.
back.
Yeah, the school I used to go to had a program called, it was like a class called Pre-First, where it was like between kindergarten and first grade, and some
Yep,
kids had
hell
more
yeah,
than that.
baby Pluto, we did the same thing.
See if you're ready to
Oh
advance
yeah.
or something.
Well,
Uh,
it's I don't know. Like I got put in there, I guess probably. Let's see. Like my birthday was like late in the school year, it was in spring, like late spring. Well, not that late of spring, I guess, but I don't know, April 27th, whatever. It was later in the year, and I was like a trouble kid, I guess, in kindergarten. Like my kindergarten teacher didn't like me, so like, oh, we're gonna put him
Aw.
in pre-first. She also wanted me like fucking diagnosed with ADD, but fortunately the doctors that my parents took me to did not diagnose me because I was back in the day when everybody was getting diagnosed with that shit.
Well, we didn't have those diagnoses back then, so the kids were just considered
Right.
not ready
For problem
or
trial.
yeah,
Yeah.
something else. Yeah.
Yeah, I lucked out
You would have
because,
been
a lot of
a
people my
Xanax baby or something.
Oh
yeah,
God.
no, a lot of people my age, like, that's really common because they were overdiagnosing it when I was a kid.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so we ready to die? Did I TPKS yet?
Bum, 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 bum.
I don't
Yeah.
think you did. We're probably gonna have fucking Gadok come back for revenge. He's gonna have like this whole thing. If Gadok comes back, we need like a cutscene kind of thing, you know, like
Well,
where you
we'll just
describe how
tell him we're
Gadok
gonna
got back,
join his
basically.
cause. We've changed our minds. Let's help Gadok.
Change your mind. Let's help you, Gadok. What do you want to do? And he's like, I want to kill you guys. Like, we can help with that.
We can help with that.
Wow.
Not that kind of help, but okay.
Alright, well I think we left right off after that, so what do you guys want to do?
Ugh. I don't
I
know.
don't know. Do we want to? Are we waiting for what's her name to contact us, or are we gonna contact her directly?
I can't contact her today.
Oh well, I can't contact her at all.
Wait, maybe
so
I
guess
can.
we're.
Well, I think
Give me a
we're
second.
supposed to wait for her. Because the proof is that he doesn't show up for his meal.
No, I can't.
That already happened though, because we captured him yet like the day before this, and then we plane shifted him the next day.
It's like morning the next day.
Yeah.
I'll contact her.
With sending?
What do you guys want me to say? I'm eating raspberries.
No,
Say
no,
that.
no, no. I'm eating raspberries. How's it going?
I mean, I guess
That's elusive.
probably would just say something.
It'll make her intrigued.
Yeah, you'll make her intrigued because we're being evasive again. Except the last time we tried being evasive, or at least that she interpreted as being evasive, she got mad at us because Valeria was blabbing on about her whole thing about wanting to redeem her, which is probably not going to happen. Just saying. I don't think it's going to happen.
I'm gonna work at it, goddammit. If I have to send her there and follow her there, I'm doing it.
You're gonna like plane shift her to Nirvana.
I'm
as
gonna
well.
work
Be like,
at it,
Come on,
goddamn.
I'm doing
Yep.
this. This is my goal. I'm just gonna start slowly plane shifting all of the drow. Like it's a life's
would.
work, but
Poor Nirvana. Fuck.
they're like, God damn it! Where are these fucking things?
Where are these coming from? And then there's like some like NPC. There's some like other
have, like,
game
fucking-
about how to stop Valeria.
Yeah, there's like, and there's like Nirvana pest control or something.
That's a whole nother game for another time.
Yeah. What do you guys want me to say? Job's done?
Job done.
No. More creative. Witty. Be witty.
I don't know, like you won't be seeing Gadok again or something like that, I guess.
Or poetic.
Be,
Okay, let me
somewhat-
open Drive so I can get my word count out.
Like you want it to be, you probably want to have some way of like obscuring the fact that we didn't actually kill him like we were supposed to. I mean, I don't think she actually explicitly told us to kill him at the same time, so we technically still are doing what she said, but yeah.
I think she did say kill.
Maybe she did.
I don't know. I think she was
I don't
trying to
remember.
avoid using the crass wedding.
Maybe.
I'm still trying to figure out whose feathers we're gonna ruffle if we... Or whose feathers did we ruffle?
The slave mother.
You just don't go and ask people to just be like, just kill this person because I don't like them. I mean, maybe they do, but there's gotta be something.
I feel like I can't remember. I'd have to go back and like re-listen to it to see what her exact wording was. But I know it was at least, at the very least, heavily implied to like kill him. But I thought I remembered her exact thing. Of course, the back thing was she was saying, you know, if you haven't, you won't show up to dinner, and that's how I'll know that it's been done.
Yeah.
Which already happened, so she should theoretically not be surprised when we message her and be like, yeah, we took care of it.
Damn, Twitch dark mode's nice. I'm glad they implemented it.
But yeah, I'd probably still word it in such a way that we could theoretically be able to be like, what? We told you the truth. If, you know, like he ends up showing up somehow again. I mean, it probably won't happen anyway. I don't know how he would get back from another plane when he's not like a high-level wizard or cleric. I think if he does show up, it'll probably be in like a month or something, though. Like we probably have a lot of time before he shows up again. But yeah, we could be like, oh yeah, well, we never told you we technically killed him. We just said he wasn't going to show up, that you probably weren't going to see him again. We're just as surprised as you are.
He's such a savvy thief that he just steals a scroll and gets back.
No, I mean, it could happen.
Yeah, could be.
He beats us there.
Turns out he was also
You need
from
2
Arizona.
scrolls, though.
And he...
To beat us back?
Just going back to the material plane's not gonna help him.
Because it probably will throw him somewhere random, like he'll show up in frickin', I don't know, Absalom or something, and be like, what the there's a drow on Absalom. Except that most people don't even know, like, I guess most people don't even know what drow are in Golarion, so...
At this point in
It's
time,
especially confusing.
I think if you have a possession from somewhere like distinctive, then plane shift tries to get you as close as possible to that place, but you still end up like, you know, like so many 100 miles from it.
Right. You can think about someplace distinctive, just getting very close to it is kind of difficult.
He might just show up in the middle of that random fungal cloud or whatever.
He might. Which is why he needs plane shift and teleport.
Yeah.
Oh shit, now I'm curious.
Oh, whenever you decide what to send in your sending, let me know. And write it out for me.
And sending takes like hours to cast or some shit, right?
Tens of minutes?
No, it's
I
10
think it's
minutes.
just 10 minutes.
10 minutes to cast. Okay, never mind then. I guess I wouldn't probably go do anything during that time.
Okay, 24 words. Good.
Hmm.
Ooh, Archive of Nethees will have it.
Yeah, and I'd probably just use Archive of Nethies more than the SRD if it had a better search function.
I don't think I'm still getting what I'm looking for.
Like, I like how Archives of Nethies has the... will always have, like, the actual Galarian specific name for feats and stuff.
There's this magical item in Reign of Winter that's like so perfect for these kind of things.
The mirrors?
No. Remember the Planar Traveler?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But Matt's right. As long as you're like familiar with something, you can teleport to it with the plane shift ability. Which is how he always makes it to that wondrous item, is because he's plane shifting to that item that he gives you guys. The item itself is just the ability to send through planes, ascending spell through planes of existence. Like a pager, basically, but. So yeah, I think if you're very familiar with something or somebody, you can plane shift right to them. Oh, love! Oh, God.
Yeah, it's gonna be the next, it's gonna be the next great romance. Still a better love story than Twilight.
Probably.
There's gotta have something good within her, right? Right?
No, I really don't think
No.
that's true, but... but I
Okay, so
understand why...
25
Highly
words.
unlikely.
Here you.
I understand why Valyria would think that
Hmm.
as a follower of Shaylin.
Valeria's nuts.
That's the sending you get back.
Oh god.
Whoops.
What?
Mantis's wording is getting him in trouble.
It is.
though.
Enjoy your date. I'm not going.
Yeah.
You're coming with me.
Oh, you think so?
You want me to prepare the command spell? I will.
Eh.
Command lasts like 1 round.
I know. I'll just have to, you know, use, what's it called? I'll have to extend spell it to make it last 2 rounds.
You're not very
Nice.
threatening, Valeria.
Sure I am. So that's our plan, I suppose.
Is that tonight
So we have a
or
day to,
tomorrow?
yeah, we have a day to do stuff, I guess. Like
Hmm.
crafting, maybe? I don't know. Do I have enough money to craft anything cool? Not really. I'm pretty poor. I do have Detect Scrying up, by the way, as a reminder. So if me or anybody within 20 feet of me, I think it is, gets scryed. Oops, that's the wrong spell. Detect Scrying. I was looking at non-detection instead. No, it's actually a 40-foot radius, actually. My bad. So anything within 40 feet, a 40-foot radius of me getting scryed, I detect it happening, and I think I make like an opposed caster check. If I pass it, I actually can even like basically scry
Okay.
back on
How long
them.
does that last?
It actually
24
lasts
hours.
24 hours. Yeah.
Okay,
So I
cool.
actually cast it. I cast it last night, so I have it prepared again. So I might cast it again tonight, but. I don't know if anybody's even been trying to scry on us or not, but I'm expecting that it might be starting to happen just because we've been drawing a little bit more attention to ourselves lately, especially like when we did the blood bout a few days ago. Granted, the blood bout's what made me be able to afford non-detection, or not, anti-scrying, or detect scrying, or whatever the fuck it's called.
Right.
I still can't afford what I want.
I guess I could just spend the day gathering information, like trying to find out more stuff about something. Like before we get to like I could just go to like one of the freaking like taverns or whatever in the merchant district since it's like close by, because I don't want to like go off like unless somebody else, like unless somebody else wants to go somewhere outside this district. I feel like it makes more sense for us to all stay kind of close to the district in case something goes bad randomly. Like it's probably better not to be split up like too far at least. So yeah,
Yeah.
Raxi's I think, going to spend the day kind of just hanging out in the Merchants District, maybe trying to, like, chat up some of the people and see what news she can pick up. I think she's mostly going to be trying to, like, listen for news about the Azernays, if possible, but, I mean, if nobody's talking about the Azernays, then maybe something more else interesting that everyone's talking about might come up.
Hmm.
So you want a diplomacy or something for that?
Yeah, I'll roll a diplomacy roll.
I'll help you out.
So
I'll
however many
join you
roll.
in this.
So I probably won't get much useful, but dang, got some good rolls here. 4 and a 2.
At least they're not saving throws.
Right, they're just
Yep.
diplomacy rolls that we're using to, like, so that we're doing something instead of being like, I sleep for the whole day. I just figure if we don't have anything we're doing.
Unfortunately,
until
the rolls
night.
are pretty low, and you don't find out any new information.
Okay, so we're just hearing the same sort of
Yeah,
news
that
and gossip that we've been hearing
most of
all
the
week.
Azernays are gone. That the only the only members left behind are any to guard the house from any kind of vandalism.
Right. And then I'll also roll like a perception. That's not a very good roll either, but and I guess if we don't hear anything about that, did we just happen to hear anything else interesting? Maybe like is there maybe they're like news is that there's a colony of I don't know troglodytes that are sieging a gnomish conclave or something. I don't know, like something weird that like might be completely unrelated.
That was odd.
I'm trying to come up with something and I have no idea what would be like a generic.
I want
Happenings.
to try to gather information on other gossip.
Maybe
Other
over here
gossip?
someone talking about not being able to find Gadok. Maybe there's somebody that had to deal with him. Like where the hell is that guy? That might be kind of cool. I don't know. I mean, maybe there's nobody's even wanting to talk to me because I'm being so abrasive. My 8 diplomacy roll.
You hear gossip about like very minor things, nothing really interesting or relevant to why you're here.
Darn.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I mean that's what I did during the. I don't know what everyone else. What like I don't know what Nataka and Safa did during the day.
Exercise.
Like Safa's like going for a jog around around the city.
Not exactly.
Doing an 80s training montage.
What am I training for?
I don't know. I mean, you're the one that's training,
Yeah, no.
not me.
I'm not training for anything. Just exercise.
So I assume then you all are doing something or passing the time until you go to the
But yeah,
the
basically,
place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just hanging out.
All right, then who
chilling
does
with my
go?
drow buddies. I
Please.
assume everybody's going.
Please join me. I'm feeling a little a little bit of regret with my words.
Okay.
I can understand that. Yeah.
You got this.
You can do
All right,
it.
then all four of you. And it's
Yeah.
about, it's about the time you met her last time, and it's Eve. You all go up to the door.
No, I'm gonna wait around the corner, like wait near the door, but not at the door because the password changes every day, and I don't know the password today.
Then at some point you notice some other people go up to the door. If you want to hear the password, give me a perception check.
Oh, I don't know.
You're gonna have to stand a ways away, so there's a penalty involved.
They could probably just dim door us into the building as well.
They might have things against that.
I feel like there may be defenses. Yeah. No, that's a bad idea.
Maybe. I mean, would have thought the same thing about freaking House Fanark, but we dim doored into that too.
Mhm. That's a house, not a place of business.
To be fair, the houses would probably have better defenses.
No, but people don't just barge into houses like that.
Okay, those are
Business
good
needs to protect
perceptions.
itself, though.
Even at a distance of 60 feet with the minus the -8 penalty, you easily beat the DC for hearing a whisper, which I believe is 15. So you get the password.
Okay.
I guess we'll go up and give the password then.
Assuming we're all wearing our fancy clothes.
Yeah, I didn't mention it, but yeah, I would be.
Okay. You give the password, and they let you in. And you've come to be familiar with the layout of the place. You know that it's always very thick and acrid with different with like this kind of smokiness. It's like an airborne like cocktail of perfumes and smokable substances.
Because they're probably totally playing dubstep here, right?
Wub wub wub.
Nah, it's not that kind of establishment.
I'm guessing they have some sort of music, right? Or is it not?
A little bit, but it's this is like a silken den of dark desires.
Okay. So if they do, it's more subdued music.
Yeah, with like the occasional like chuckle and cry of either ecstasy or pain.
Nope. I know what you're talking about, though, Mantis. Like, I know what game you're referring to.
What do you do
but I've
once
never
you're
played
in
it. I don't know. Follow Valyria, I guess.
Let's get ourselves a booth and tell whoever, the front desk that we're waiting for Escarvala, and to send her here when she comes in.
Okay. Then it's easy to do so, and they tell you that that you're that she's already there, and they direct you to the private room she had.
Oh, okay. Well, there we go
Okay.
then.
I feel like there's a step we're missing. Because we never seem to know what the password is in the place we're supposed to go to.
All right, so you get into the private room with her. Do all four of you go in?
Yes.
Yes.
Valyria looks
I
uncomfortable.
suppose.
This one's a little bigger than the other ones you've had, as she also has some who look to be servants there with her. She also looks pleased. There's a smile on her face. Her lips are curled into a grin, and she welcomes you. I'm glad to see that my simple request has been fulfilled. It took some time, but I won't question your ways.
We had to make sure that we left no trace.
Very good, then. Why don't we toast to the beginning of a beneficial partnership. And she has the servants pour glasses of wine, and she hands it to. They hand it to each person aside from themselves.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Did I see the servants put anything into my wine glass?
You don't think so?
Are we ready to do fortitude saves? I'll toast with her.
Yep. Cause I'm
Okay.
dumb. I'm just gonna do it.
All right. She drinks, and she drinks like nearly the whole thing.
I don't drink nearly the whole thing.
I do drink
I'd probably
my
drink the whole
whole
thing if it tastes good.
I drink slowly.
Like, or actually probably tries it, and if it tastes good, she like, you know, she kind of sips it first, and if it tastes good, she maybe drinks more of it. If it tastes really bad, then she doesn't. I don't know, maybe I'll just, like, flip a coin to see if she likes it or not. I'll say she drinks, probably tries it, like, decides she does like it, and drinks, you know, drinks the rest of it. But probably not as fast as, like, Safa or Escrivala does. The two alcoholics here.
Yeah, I'm not an alcoholic. This is just a way of life.
Oh, okay.
Okay. This part happens very quickly, and as you get in, Araxi, you start detecting something.
Oh.
Ooh, so someone's scrying on us.
Oh.
Yes, in fact, you do detect scrying within the area.
So let's see. I think that lets me do a yeah, I get to make a pose caster check with them, and if I match their result, I get a visual image of them and an accurate sense of direction and distance. So, do a caster level check. Let's see, I guess it's just my d20 plus 9. Probably not.
Yeah, you don't know. You don't get to see the person scrying on you.
Okay, but I do know that someone's scrying on me. Or
Yeah,
scrying on somebody in the
or
area
within
at
the area.
least. Could be scrying on Escrivala for all I know. Okay. I'll probably since we're being watched, I'll probably kind of keep it to myself for
Okay.
now.
She puts down the nearly empty glass and says, "Now then, I'm sure you want what we agreed upon, the information. Valeria, let's talk in private about this." And she looks at the servants and then at you three.
Of course, she'd actually be calling Valyria something
Or
else.
right, her drow name. What was
I don't remember. I know my drow name, but I don't remember everybody else's.
it? Was I have it written down here.
Virala.
Right.
I should probably write these
Yes,
down too.
she wants to speak privately with Virala.
Did you tongue Safa today?
Yeah, I gave
No,
I
share
gave you
languages.
share languages.
Safa will say that won't be necessary. Anything you can say to her, you can say to us.
She says, "I merely assumed that she would want to keep matters between us private, but if she doesn't mind, then I certainly don't."
Safa looks over at Valyria like, do you want to keep these things private?
This is a matter that me and my servants have ventured for. It is for their ears too.
I don't think that's what she
Although I
meant.
will be the one who will be marked with the glory. I don't actually mean that.
She laughs.
Where's my bluff?
And she says, ears, eyes, hands.
Extra dimensional sensors. I didn't say anything.
She says, very well then. I have part of your information you wanted. About the Azernate. But first you will join me. We will enjoy ourselves to moderate excess. That is if you want your information.
What's she
What are you trying to sense?
insinuating here?
You think that she wants you to just indulge in drink and lust?
She doesn't want to get to business. She wants to get to business.
Yep, she's got something you want.
Araxi's gonna try to, she's gonna kind of try to excuse herself temporarily. Because I want, something I want to do for information, basically.
Okay.
So, yeah, she's gonna basically go to the other, she's gonna get out, leave this room and go to, to the other side of the building and see if the detecting scrying if she still detects being scrying. She wants to see if she's being scryed on or if somebody else in that room's being scryed on. She figures it's probably somebody else, but...
What does Nataka do?
Nataka, not sure. Probably just stay quiet and stick with Araxi.
Are you going to are you going to quietly stand in the corner and watch?
I actually tell you not to come. If you try to join me, I'll be like, no, I stay here. And I'll be back shortly. Basically, Araxi's kind of acting like, oh, I gotta go use the bathroom or something like that, kind of.
Okay, then just quietly sip drink.
I don't want to do this.
Well, then don't.
I will tell her the information first, and then I'll indulge you.
She shakes a finger at you and says, "Nah, not this time." She says, "You use such strong words of affection. I want to see if they're real."
Snickers a little bit.
I'm going to send some strong eye signals at Safa to help me if things start looking rough.
I mean, it's already looking rough.
No, literally.
Oh. What's your
So
safe
if I start
word?
looking physically rough. Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
And then things
Pumpkin
took a turn, Your
patch.
Honor.
Pumpkin patch. Okay, noted.
I feel like that's a thing we should have had set up beforehand.
So yeah, does Araxi, like, when she goes to like, the other side of the building, basically, like, is she still detecting scrying going on? If I get like 40 feet away from that
So
room.
I'll get to that in a moment.
Okay. I mean, I don't know how big this place is. I might even have to go outside to get away from it. Which would be fine, because I know the password.
The password this night is password.
I
Password is
will.
12345.
I'll agree to what Escarvala is desiring.
Okay.
Maybe
Then
there's
she
some
says,
good in her.
first, we are going to lose our inhibition. Help me finish this bottle, won't you?
Maybe there's some good in her. Oakley
So she
dokley.
presents the bottle that she had poured drinks from, and she pours more drinks for you and her.
It's a good thing I have a belt of constitution.
And she's going to continue to pour this for until it's done. So what's your constitution modifier?
My constitution modifier is 2. My constitution score is 15.
2? Okay. So there are about 8 glasses left in this whole bottle. So I'm going to need 2 fortitude saves from you. Because you're going to hit your limit after those 2.
Is it possible that I can, like, sneak some drinks out of that bottle to, like, reduce how many drinks she ends up having?
Can you sleight of hand them out of my hands,
Can you try to
please?
sleight of hand?
Maybe. I don't have the best sleight of hand, but maybe she'll just slap my hand and be like, "No, mine," or something if I get caught.
I have a pretty decent fortitude save.
Okay, well, I mean...
Let's see. One, 2.
Okay, those are good fortitude saves. Do you try
I mean, if
anything?
it's evil booze.
Soft?
What? I don't do anything, I just watch.
Okay.
I mean, if I can drink my own, I'll totally drink my own. But I can drink way more.
She smiles as she finishes the last cup. She clearly enjoys the taste and just the act of drinking, and she calls in one of her servants momentarily, and you hear her send him out for another bottle, and to also bring a selection of pleasure slaves.
Oh.
And she looks to you and she says, "On me, of course."
Would that been enough time for me to have left and then... I mean, scrying only lasts minutes anyway, normally.
So, Araxi, as you move out, do you move completely out of the building or just further
if I have
away
to
from
get
the...
out of the... If I have to do that to get 40 feet away from that room, then I'll completely leave the building. I'm not sure how big it is.
I mean, if you don't want to go into like any other like corners of the place or like rooms, then you might have to exit.
Okay, I'll just
Because
do that.
40 feet
I mean,
is a pretty big radius.
Yeah, I know that. So, yeah, I'll just go ahead and step outside momentarily.
So as you step out a little bit, you go a little bit further, you finally don't detect the scrying anymore.
Okay, so it could just be me being paranoid, because it could also just be somebody, like it could even be somebody getting scryed on who isn't even in like that room. It could be some random dude who's there
could be
getting
me.
scryed on. Probably not. It could be, I mean, that's likely, honestly, because it could be somebody
already
who's
pissed
scrying on us because
somebody
they're curious
off.
about us. Yeah, and then also you were the one that drew the most attention to yourself in the arena when we did that, because that was
It's
just a few
probably
days ago.
Escrivala.
That would be very likely too. So anyway, after I've like gone there and been like, okay, well it's definitely not on me at least. I'll maybe like pull a piece of paper out and write like a little note or something. Like a couple of the, I'll write like 3 little notes basically, like on like scraps of paper. Like I'll kind of rip a page out of one of my journals or something and tear it up into 3 pieces, and I'll write like a note like we're being watched. And then I'll go back inside. And then I
Okay.
assume I probably get back in return as they're like finishing like that first bottle, because I don't know how long that's taking, but
Probably.
and I kind of try to let's see here. I don't know if I would see like a good opening for like I don't actually have sleight of hand, for example, so maybe I could use bluff for that or something. I don't know, but I'll try to kind of like hand the notes. Probably harder to do it for Valyria, but like I'll at least get the ones to Safa and Nataka, and then wait for like an opening for like a good time to do for Valyria, because she's probably being watched a lot more closely. But I'll hand the little notes basically saying we're being watched, assuming I come back and still detect the scrying going on.
Okay, after she sends out the servant, she expresses her desire to get a little physical with you, Valyria, or Virala. If you want to follow through with this is a skill check. You're gonna have to bluff her to make her believe that you're into her.
Shit.
Safa, do you want to help Valyria since you're
How?
the only person that's there?
Oh yeah, she's totally into you. Like what? How? I don't.
Well, you can see that she's drunk and she's focusing on her, or on Valyria.
Wait, is Nataka not in that room
Um.
anymore? Nataka left as well.
I mean, I
No,
don't know if Nataka's in there. Is she just like standing in there awkwardly watching?
pretty much, yeah.
I know I
But
am.
then again, that's pretty much what Nataka does, unless there's bombs being
And this is
thrown.
before I get back, probably. Then I'm assuming.
You know what?
Is there another bottle of alcohol?
No. I have a cleric feature for this.
Okay, what is it?
This is important.
Lets you re-roll a skill check or something.
Lets me reroll any d20
Okay.
once per day.
It's pretty good.
Well, let's hope.
I don't know if that succeeded or not, but that's a nat 1. It can't possibly be worse. Fuck.
Well, 15
The
on the dice is pretty good.
modifier on that is 2 less.
Ah, because it's 30, and with an extra
Yeah.
+1 because she is clearly sexually attracted to you. Okay, then you succeed. You try your best not to like get too like grabby or indulge in her embrace, whether she's kissing or like touching you, but you fool her, and you can see that she is inebriated. The servant comes back, and they come back with like a few of these people that clearly work here, men and women, doesn't really matter, and they come back with another bottle.
Oh. I'll definitely shove it towards her.
Ignore the other stuff. Just focus on Escrivala.
She seems pretty happy so far, so she has the servant crack open the bottle and distribute drinks again, while she picks the ones that she wants. So she's gonna expect you to drink that whole glass again. So give me another fortitude save.
1.
Okie
Oh,
dokie.
You're rolling good so far.
I think the save gets harder and harder though, right?
Probably.
As you become more intoxicated, yes. But she's
This is my last
basically
drink.
Valyria is resisting. She's resisting becoming drunk because her fortitude is so good. So the DC is increasing, but she
Right.
can handle her drink.
And that's basically the second condition is what she's avoiding, if I'm
Yeah,
understanding correctly.
or something else.
Okay.
Pass out and rape. Woo! Mantis says that we go unmolested a lot in his games, but I'm not sure Matt can say the same for this.
Yep. Being pretty molested here. Thanks.
Hey, I don't. Yeah, safer.
So yeah, when I get back, do I still detect
She
the
hasn't
scrying
stabbed
going on?
me yet.
That's true.
Araxi, when you get back, it's been a few minutes now that they've been doing things, and you do still detect scrying when you get closer to that room.
Okay. That's somewhat worrying too, because normally scrying, I know from personal experience that normally scrying only lasts for minutes. But it's possible they're using a
Different
more
kinds of
advanced form of
saves.
scrying or some sort of item or something as well. Like a crystal ball or some shit.
that would be unfortunate.
So
Okay,
yeah,
so oh, never mind. Go.
I'll try to like, I don't think I can, like I'll be like, well, Valeria's not in a spot where I can actually pass her, you know, the note without being super fucking obvious about it, but I'll kind of try to like discreetly hand a note to Safa and Nataka, since they're kind of standing off the side. It's a lot easier probably do that without looking suspicious.
Roll me
Basically saying
a
we're being
sleight of
watched.
hand.
I don't actually have sleight of hand, and it's a trained only skill. So yeah, I don't know what you want me to do. I can just roll a dex roll, I guess.
Sure.
This is a
That's pretty good.
dex-based skill.
Okay. In her inebriation, she doesn't seem to notice.
Alright, so yeah, I hand notes to Safa and Nataka, basically saying we're being watched.
Okay, I try to read it without being noticed.
It's probably written in like common or something, so that even if it was discovered, it'd look weird, but
Oh,
most people probably wouldn't be able to read it.
I will read it. And then try and sleight of hand it back into her pocket just for the fun of it.
Into who? My pocket?
Yes.
Okay. I guess that's a sleight of hand opposed by my perception, I guess. For no reason.
Oh, I only got 15.
Yeah, I see it.
Okay. Valyria or Varala. She's ready to make her selection, but she asks you whether you want this male one she's picked out or this female pleasure slave for the rest of the evening. She looks at you, like, with her eyes a little bit scrutinizingly.
Why would I want a slave when I have somebody so fine right in front of me? I choose you!
Hold on.
Pokemon, mon, do 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 do.
This is not the campaign I signed up for.
That's not the answer she's looking for. And she says that she desires one of them to. She says that she was a fan of the torture performances for a reason, and that one of these will be the target for our the climax to our evening. So now choose.
Erg. Why not both?
Oh, no. Valeria would know better.
No.
Actually, choosing both probably is the answer she's looking for. She's like,
Maybe.
oh, that's a great idea. Why did I think of that?
Did you say something?
Yeah, I said no.
Ooh.
Uh-oh, negotiations are about to break down.
I will quietly finger one of my bombs, getting ready to use it.
She said hurt. She's not hurt yet.
She scrunches her face up a little bit and says, "Then how do you expect to get your information?"
And how do you expect to get your pleasure?
She can get that just...
She folds her arms and says, "Well, somebody is getting whipped and tortured."
Exactly. And I will bring this upon myself.
Hmm.
Huh?
She lifts an eyebrow curiously at you.
Safa lifts an eyebrow curiously at her.
And then she
I twitch.
smiles again. She says, "This is something I was not expecting. Perhaps there is still hope for this evening."
That's what I meant all along.
She sends the pleasure slave away, and she looks at you, Safa, and she says, "Last chance to leave us be. Unless you're into this sort of thing."
I think Araxi's getting flashbacks of the play.
Yeah.
It's probably like, oh shit, this sounds terrible. Like, she's probably actually
She
feeling sick
leaves.
just thinking about it.
Safa.
And I point to Araxi.
Wait, would
She
you even
stays.
know that? Okay, so you send Araxi away, and Araxi probably just kind of feebly nods and does it because she's the idea, like thinking about the torture stuff is like again, and thinking about reminding the play is like really still like she still actually has the freaking insanity from it or whatever.
Yep.
So yeah, she would just leave then. Which means, yeah, good luck, guys.
What about Nataka? What does Nataka do?
Everyone forgets that Nataka's there, I guess. Nataka's just like sitting in the back.
No, this is up to
Nataka
Nataka.
doesn't know.
Yeah,
Nataka
yeah,
doesn't
okay.
know what to do.
Nataka gets to choose. You get to choose. You could stay with those three or whatnot, or you can follow fucking shell shocked Araxi, I guess.
Definitely, probably gonna follow Shell Shock Araxi there, cause no, not again. I refuzz.
So I'll probably stay in the establishment though. Like I'll probably just go
Okay.
into the main floor or whatever. Like find like a fucking bar stool or whatever.
Drinks.
So everyone else goes. They see themselves out. I'm guessing.
Well, the two of us. I don't know about Safa because I know like Valeria at least is telling Safa to stay there. So I'm assuming she's staying there.
Well, that's what I was checking in, looking at Valyria. But I was also trying to give
She likes watching.
Valyria awkward signals that something's up.
Right, because I wasn't able to get Valeria the message that we're being
Right.
watched. You know, like the.
Oh, just weird
Like
facial movements.
I wrote in common, so I probably would have even said like we're being watched with scrying magic, even though you maybe don't 100% know about scrying magic. I guess you probably would because we've been doing it, so you'd know about scrying magic. But yeah, you'd realize, oh, this is that same shit they were doing to when we were trying to find her to begin with, and they're doing it to us now.
Okay. Well, regardless of if Safa stays or not, I need you to make a fortitude save, Mantis. She has you strip down, and then she repeatedly flogs and whips you for her entertainment.
This
In
sounds
a
so
sensual way
pleasant.
that only Drow could think is, like, sensual.
Yeah, of course.
She gets intimate with your pain. Oh, those saves are still rolling good.
I think Valeria just has good saves across the board, except for maybe reflex.
My reflex
Okay,
is
that's
not
good.
very good.
And just for the record, I'm not actually watching, but I'm listening for that, that safe word.
Mm-hmm.
Or if things start going too far, like I'm gonna actually start
Yeah.
peeling your skin off, you'd probably be like, okay, we gotta do something now.
Right.
Okay, that's good. Valeria, you take damage equal to your HP minus 1 in non-lethal damage instead of lethal.
So Valeria gets knocked unconscious then?
No,
No, she's conscious at 1,
-1, yeah.
and it's all non-lethal.
Equal
Oh,
to
minus
HP
1. Yeah, I
minus
get you.
1, yeah.
I get you. Okay.
You do a terrific job of not succumbing to the intense pain and torture. And for this, she is impressed. So for defeating this encounter, because you passed all of the checks and you kept her satisfied, everyone gains 1,800 experience, as if you had defeated a CR10 encounter.
That's another way to fight a encounter.
It was a challenge. It was a social challenge, requiring skill checks and save.
Yeah, and a whole lot more than that.
Also not, like, completely betraying my god.
It was a good save at the end.
There's good thinking there too about like shit, how are we gonna get through this?
You could have
I
either
was
endured the
expecting-
pain yourself, or actually done it, or tried to diplomacy your way out of it.
Or
I don't
things could
think
have
she
went
would have
poorly.
reacted well to diplomacying out of it.
It would have been a very high check.
I was expecting to have to dim Doris out of there, I'm not gonna lie.
Right.
I was gonna make it a 30 diplomacy, a 25 bluff, or whatever else you did. The fortitude to resist taking that all as lethal damage was 20. And it would have been more difficult if you had gotten drunk.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
sickened would have lowered your fort save.
Mm-hmm.
But she's satisfied. And she's almost like ready to basically, call it a night.
Lucky for us.
But she has the information that you request.
Good.
Now, you were the what you're looking for was what were the Azernays? Sorry, fill me in again. What was it specifically?
I can't remember which order it was, but I know we were looking. I think the first one we were gonna get was like where the Azernays are and like, kind of that sort of stuff.
It
like
was what
general
what are
information
they
like
doing
that.
and what's their location?
Right, and then
Okay.
like ultimately we wanted to know more about their research, like basically
What they
what they were
know.
doing on the surface world, like basically more like what exactly their plans were there. Which I don't know. I mean, we probably know more about that than Escarvala does, honestly. But she was claiming she'd be able to get some information because they worked with them or something like that. So even if she doesn't probably know anything about it, she hopefully would be able to get us to that information. Is the hope.
Right.
And she was claiming that she could probably get that. So I mean, I don't know.
Mm-hmm. So she tells you that until recently, their two houses were on good terms with each other, and that their mages were profiting from this agreement, since Azernay has a host of secret knowledge and magic, just like they do. Do you guys already know what happened with the change in leadership in the house, or is that going to be new information?
I think we know that there was a change of leadership. I don't know. I think she already told us that. I don't. Like, there was somebody who was favorable to the Monarchs, and then they. There was a change in leadership, and they moved.
Okay, then I know what to tell you. She says that the change in leadership was caused by a coup. A zealous upstart by the name of Alevra murdered the matron of the house and took control of the rest of the house inhabitants, and that she had garnered a fanatic following, claiming that she had discovered a spell of such magnitude that it would destroy uh, their old enemies, the elves of Golarion. She adds that that Alevra claims that this spell can level an entire city, and that her suspicions is that she plans to unleash this magic on the capital of the Elven nation, which is Ayadara in Kionin.
Oh.
Hey, that sounds like what we're looking for. The information we're looking for, basically.
Yeah, yeah.
We need
But
to know more about that
she says
specifically then.
she doesn't know where they've gone or how they're doing this. I can, however, get you this information if you do something else for me.
Ugh. So demanding.
So that's gonna be up to Salfa and Valyria to decide on, because the me and Nataka are not there.
Huh? No, I'm just observing.
Right. Oh, okay. So it's up to you, Valeria. You'll have to tell Araxi about it later.
Um, what is it that you want? Somebody else vanished?
She takes another drink and she nods. Says, yes, something simple. In fact, I don't even know who I want right now. She seems giddy and flippant.
Oh God.
Contact me again
I don't
tomorrow.
believe that.
I'll have a mark for you. You're sensible to see if she's telling the truth or not.
Mhm.
You sense that she's not trying to lie to you.
She just
Really?
wants some
Wow.
random people dead, like no real purpose.
Well, she says she'll have a name for us tomorrow, so I mean, I don't know.
Right, but I don't know. Is there like a headquarters?
She probably
we know
doesn't actually.
about?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I guess she just doesn't actually have people she wants killed for actual political gain. She's just a fucking messed up person.
So you're an assassin for her now, Valeria?
I mean, kind of, yeah.
I guess that makes us all assassins for this lady.
No, man.
Even though we haven't actually killed any of the targets we got.
Well, any of the target we got, yeah.
Only if we go next time to someplace I find very pleasurable.
She says, of course. Of course.
Oh god.
Wow, Escrivala of Anarch actually gave you 1800 experience as well.
Yeah, I mean, that's who we got it from, actually. Yeah, I don't think she's gonna have a good time there, but we'll see.
She brings her two servants back in and she tells them that she's ready to go.
It's kind of
And
interesting,
they
though,
make
to
their
see
way
what
out
does.
unless you have anything else to say to her or ask her.
I'm fucking slogged, literally.
Yeah, I mean, you look like you've been through some shit, but better than if, like, you hadn't held up. There's, like, superficial, like, bruises and, like, cuts on you, but it's not that bad. It could be.
I mean, probably.
And of course, like, you put your clothes back on and you can't see the
Oh
majority of
yeah.
them. But Safa's seen everything. She's seen some things.
I've seen some things.
Yeah, she's probably not
Especially
really that
now.
bothered by it, though. Whereas if I'd been there, I would have had to roll like a fucking will save and shit. Would have been not
Yeah,
fun
Safa.
times.
The things that your partners or your companions are willing to do for information, right?
I'm just here to make sure like things don't go too weird, you know. I'm pretty happy with
Hey,
that.
it's more along the lines of my deity than munchkining this thing. It's like sort of
No,
frowned
you
upon,
played
but
it
not
well.
completely frowned upon when I'm
If
doing
you
it.
had tortured if you had tortured the pleasure slaves, even like trying to bluff and not doing it like not like really doing it, you still would have lost like a couple of points
Oh yeah,
Right, yeah,
no,
like, it
no,
would
that
because
was
it's
definitely
not an
been
against
option.
yeah, it's against your religion.
Like, you might not have lost your paladin powers, but you definitely would have been on
But you
shaky
were
footing.
selfless, so you passed.
Yay, Valeria.
Okay, no, I don't have anything else to ask her. I want to talk to the people who know things here, aka
Okay. Do you stay
Araxi.
inside of the tavern/bar, or do you go outside?
Well, she probably comes and finds me and Nataka, right?
Give me a second. I'm going to... No, I'm gonna go outside. After
Okay.
I cast Path of Glory and regain 45 hit points.
Do you come find me and Nataka as well? Do you guys come find us
Yeah.
before you leave?
Yeah.
Do you cast that spell while you're still in the place?
Yep.
While you're in the private
I'm gonna
room
cast
first?
it while I'm in the private room, and then
Okay. Then walk around a little
walk
bit?
out with it healing me.
Huh.
Okay. You get some looks.
I guess Safa could
But
tell
you're
you
okay.
after Escarvalho leaves, could like tell you what Araxi told her. Otherwise, I'll just tell you when we get back to the Motel 6 or whatever.
Oh, I don't tell Valeria anything. I'm probably giving her
Okay.
weird looks now. Like, I think what's going through
Like,
her mind
I didn't know
right
this was in
now-
your personality.
Exactly. It's like the people. I'm starting to realize that I don't know these people I'm traveling with. I'm not sure if I should be concerned yet, but I certainly don't really know you guys very well.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. The only one you've actually traveled for. I mean, I guess you've been with everyone else now for probably like over a week, but
Right.
the only one you've traveled with.
Yeah,
other than
Araxi's
that
the
for
only
much-
one who's been here for a while.
Right, Araxi's the only one you actually really wouldn't have known for like a long time.
Yeah, I'm just accepting.
And even then, we haven't
weirdness.
we've only known each other for a few months. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure, right?
That's about right.
I don't want to know Araxi's sexual pleasures.
These aren't Valeria's sexual pleasures, but you
Right.
probably think they are.
At the
probably-
moment, maybe.
Listen, it's very simple with mermaids. It's clamshell bikinis and stuff.
And stuff. Okay.
And stuff.
And blowfish.
Yeah, I'll reconvene with Arax. Now that I'm feeling a little better. After 9 rounds.
Mm-hmm. I'll look at Araxi and like shake my head like, oh man.
Oh my.
um. Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll. Do I still detect scrying? I guess.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. Okay. I'll just hand her the note. For now, while we're there, it's in written in common, basically saying, we're being watched or we're being scryed on, even though it's actually out of date now, but still. And then I'll kind of not say anything else and hope that she gets the hint that I'm not going to say anything about it until we get out of here, but...
Okay. I guess it's time to go to our room.
Back to Drow Motel 6.
Yep.
Okay. You guys do you do anything for the night?
Well, I would actually explain more about what I was saying. So it's like as I mentioned before, I've got I invested in some countermeasures to be able to detect scrying, and I'm not sure who was being scryed on, but it might have just been Escarvala being scryed on. But while we were in that room, we were being watched.
And I tell Araxi that.
Okay. So some of that isn't new. I mean, the only part that's news is the idea of them wanting to use an Iodara, because I'd be like, well, I'm pretty sure the spell is probably whatever they were using to create the Armageddon Echo, and probably related to that.
Another
So
Armageddon Echo?
Yes. Except that I'm sure that they're trying to recreate it within the material plane rather than on the shadow plane. Similar to what they did to the island as well that we went to, but more controlled, I would assume.
Yep, but now you know their target.
Right. They want to do the same thing that they did outside of Riddleport, except that instead of hitting a haunted island that has
Where
nobody
is
living in it.
Iodara?
It's in the forest of Keonan.
Yeah.
I mean, is
Yeah,
that so
They're
bad?
not going after, like, the
Wiping
elf
out
homeland?
elves?
They're not
The
going
elf
for,
hate.
like, planetary destruction?
No, they're going after the home, like the capital of the elves on Golarion.
Huh.
Is
Okay.
that so bad though?
Yes?
I looked pointedly
Valeria,
over.
you're wise enough to
Yes!
know that if they have something powerful enough to destroy a nation, it's going to cause way more devastation than just destroying that place.
Oh, I know.
The collateral damage is going to be massive.
I... What I was
It could even
wondering...
cause a second darkness. A second age of darkness.
Alright, roll the credits.
He shot it! He shot it!
So we need to stop those.
That's
Yeah,
strange.
but I mean,
That's the title of this book.
No, but we need to stop the giant-ass meteor falling.
We have to stop the second darkness, guys. Yeah, but I mean that's yeah.
We must stop nuclear winter.
That's kind of what Araxi suspected anyway. I don't know how much Valeria actually knew about the thing in Riddleport. Like, I don't know if we actually described that much about that. Like, we probably actually talked a lot more about the stuff that happened in
This is probably more
Telinvia.
surprising for Valeria than it is for you guys that already
Right, like I'm just like, oh
encountered
yeah, that makes sense.
but it
They kinda
confirms your
did something-
suspicion.
Yeah, they kind of did something like that on a smaller scale, right just outside of Riddleport. I'll even like maybe Valeria actually and Nataka had heard about that happening. It'd be news to Nataka too, actually, right?
Well, just a
Yeah.
small meteor like that caused a massive tsunami.
Right. So I'd be like, I mean, I don't know if you guys know about the if you guys heard about the meteor that hit outside of Riddleport, but Safa and I were there, and that was also the Drow. We encountered the person from House Azurne who was responsible for orchestrating that, or at least not directly like the top level orchestrating it, but enacting it, I guess.
It was quite unpleasant.
Yeah, I knew about that.
Also, just in case you get, just so that you get some names right, let me correct some.
Uh-huh.
Aw, thanks, Escarvala.
It's pronounced the same way.
Who is Alavra Azurne? That's the new head of the house,
The
right?
new matron of
Yeah.
House Azurne.
And that's the first we've heard of this name. Like, none of the, like, I don't remember
Right,
that from...
this is a name drop.
Yep, I have not heard that name from, like, it wasn't in any of the stuff we got from...
This is an important name drop.
I don't know if I believe you. No, but I got that name... I didn't get that name from, I don't remember his name, but, the guy... Shit, what was his name?
The guy with the angry staff.
Nolvenus. Nolvenus. It wasn't in Nolvenus's stuff. Like, I don't remember hearing that name from Nolvenus, so... That's kind of interesting. I would
This
wonder
might be
if-
his mistress who he was talking about, though.
That's true, though. He was talking about a mistress, though. That would make sense. Referring to her, but not referring to her by name. Okay. And then I guess, do you tell us what else she said? Like about, you know, she wants us to contact her tomorrow or whatever?
Sure.
Okay. And then I guess I'd...
What do you think about this? plan. I'm not too fond of it.
Well, you've had enough of Escarvala?
Not necessarily that. I've just had enough of forcing people out of their homes. It's not something I usually do.
Well, she's likely to try to get a hold of us if we don't contact her tomorrow. So I guess be ready for that. But what's your alternative plan then? Do we think we have enough to continue an investigation on our own without her help now? We still
I don't know.
We still don't know where the Azernays are. I suppose we could just go to House Azernay, like the location, their their previous seat of power before they moved to wherever they did. Well, if we don't have, I guess we don't have to decide right now. We can decide tomorrow morning. And yeah,
Okay.
sidecast detect scrying at the evening yesterday. I'll recast it in the evening tonight too, or maybe I'd cast it. I don't know. I don't remember when the expiration on it exactly would have lined up in terms of when we we're doing it. I actually checked it off my spellcasting list earlier, but so I might have actually had to have done it like when I stepped outside or something, for example, or before we went into the building even. Um. Me too.
Me 3.
I like the smell of a cigar.
Bad. Bad Matt. No cookie.
A cigar and a
actually
beer
smelled.
is awesome after a long work day.
I haven't actually smelled like a cigar before, so I don't know if it's different than like a cigarette, but
Like
It is
cigar
different.
smoke and pipe smoke in like whiffs of like, I don't know, like a second are fine. Cigarette smoke is just disgusting.
Oh no, cigarette smoke
Cigarette.
is awful.
God, I wish I had some beer right now. I should have went and got some. Oh well.
Cigarettes are just designed to get you to inhale like all of the chemicals and shit. I like cigars because you just puff and taste. Anyway, what do you guys do?
I don't know.
I think we're gonna go back to our own rooms and sleep for the night.
I'm feeling, yeah, I suppose I'll do that. Let's use some stuff to get my body feeling a bit better. Where are my channel energies? One. How many do I have? 5d6? Okay, I'm better enough that if I can sleep through the night, I'll be all better.
Oh gosh.
Okay.
Derek, what time do you gotta leave again?
I've got about an hour and 10 minutes.
Oh, okay.
I think we'll be able to do the
gotta-
next part before
Yeah, I
finishing
gotta-
up.
Then.
Hop a shower, make my lunch, and then get the fuck out.
Right, yeah. I couldn't remember if you said it was 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock, so I'm like, are we coming up right
9
that
o'clock.
late? But
Wait,
9 o'clock.
I
Okay,
also
that's
like
fine.
heal just being awake during the daytime.
hmm
I mean, that was
Okay,
in the
so
evening, but...
then everybody rests.
Okay.
Yeah, we all go back to our rooms and rest.
Okay, then you do so. Everything's fine over the night. Nothing weird happened. Or upsetting. And you guys wake up. What do you do?
Prepare my spell.
I have no idea.
Yep, I'm doing that. I'll recast all my normal, do my morning ritual casting all my shit that I need to function, like Finn's Defeat and Dark Vision. possibly non-detection as well, but probably not right now. I know I only can basically do that once a day, so I'm gonna wait until I'm like entering a place where it would make sense to do it. Such as when we went into, I don't think I actually did it, but I should have when we were in the. I should have had non-detection on myself when we went into the place, but oh well, I don't think it mattered.
I'm going to stop by Araxi, and I'm going to ask if Araxi can find out more information from elsewhere.
Like, you want me to cast planar inquiry? And
Yeah, like that.
okay, who should I ask about it though? I'm not really sure who the appropriate person to ask. I mean, I could ask that psychopomp that I talked to before, but I don't know if it would have any information about the Azernays.
I don't know either.
Technically, I could possibly call Novenus' soul as a petitioner, like he's actually technically a. I could be like, Novenus' soul, come here, and fucking do that. But the thing is, petitioners I don't think they necessarily have all their memories or anything, so he might not. It would probably be pretty pointless.
I can also uh, especially if you offer some stuff out of your robe, I can.
I can't do that
use...
actually.
You can't, or you can.
No, if I hand the material components I create with my robo components over to someone, they just like cease functioning. Like I can only use it for my own spell casting, basically.
Can I put your robe on?
I think that works. I think I could lend you the robe. I'd be sad because I wouldn't be able to cast non-detection today, but I can do that.
And then
It
hand
only
it
does.
back?
It only
If
does
it
up to
has a
50 gold
uses
pieces.
per day or whatnot, he will be
How much
using
is
the
non-detection? 25 or 50?
50. So I only
Oh,
get
okay.
one cast out of a day, basically. But I mean, if you need it, I can do that.
No, you can use it for non-detection. I'll just use
Or of
my
course,
own stores.
if I did planar inquiry, I might use it on that instead. But I'd have to use 100 gold of actual money as well to do it. That's the thing. So that's like the thing. I need to know who I should be talking to. Like it was much easier last time I was trying to get information about Asha, and it was a lot easier because I knew exactly who to talk to about that. Like who would talk to a psychopomp. Um, I mean, I could just call the same psychopomp again. He was like an archivist, basically, or like a fucking psychopomp archivist or some shit. Like he would probably just have a lot of general knowledge anyway. Or I think they could potentially like ask him something and then like potentially have him to go, I'll go try to find out for you, and then they'll come back and tell you what they found out. I think you can do that as well.
maybe.
So I will think about doing that. Yeah,
Okay.
they leave
Well,
for
let me know what you
one day. I'll oh, actually only need 100 gold pieces to cast Planar Inquiry, so I'd only need 50 more gold to do that if I do that. So I guess I'll do that. I mean, seems reasonable. We have a lead that I could send him on. So instead of preparing non-detection today, I'll just hope I don't need non-detection. Because I'm going to do planar inquiry instead.
Non-detection is different though from detect scry.
Yeah, non-detection. Okay, so if I have non-detection on and somebody tries to scry directly on me, they have to overcome a caster level check to even succeed on it. But otherwise, like, yeah, it doesn't. Otherwise, like, I don't know that they're doing it if they overcome that. The other thing it does, of course, is non-detection also makes it so that they won't detect like the fact that I'm walking around with 2 transmutation auras on me. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just have to hope that if they do detect it, they're just assuming that I have like freaking ant haul or something on myself. um. Yeah. So I think I'm gonna do. I think I am gonna cast Planar Inquiry, and I'm gonna summon the same like Psychopomp that I have like a previous relationship with. You know, like I've already talked to this guy before. Like, hey, it's me again. Maybe he'll be pissed off to see me. I don't know. But
Okay, so you're casting it?
yeah, I'm gonna let's see what's the cast time on this thing. It is 10 minutes, so I'll do that. I have to use 50 of my own gold plus the robot components, and yep, I'll summon the Psychopomp that I got last time. I don't remember exactly what type it was. I just remember it was the one that looked kind of like a caterpillar or something.
Mhm.
But yeah.
Let's see.
Jeez.
It was a... There, I think it is. Vidus.
Sounds about right.
The deuce.
These are... It's spelled Viduus. They're basically the libraries
Ah,
and
yeah,
the
yep.
scribes of the Boneyard.
Yep, that looks correct. Like looking at the picture of this. Typed into
Yep,
Google
they're
image
useful for
search.
information because they write down and catalog
Right.
like extraordinary souls.
Right, so I figure there's a good chance that even if he doesn't know the information, there's like a chance that he might be able to get it for me. So yeah, normally, and if he, like I said, if he knows it, if he has like the knowledge check needed to know it, he'll just tell me. And if he doesn't, then he'll leave for 1d4 hours and he'll come back and try to get that information. Like, I get to make a caster level check, basically. And based on the caster level check, it will determine what sort of information, like if he gets any information or not, basically. So yeah, I'll summon him up again. You know, be like, "Hey, it's me again. Sorry to bother you.
Okay.
Here's some
It
monies."
shows up that
Because that's the material component is basically an offering for him.
yeah, an offering
And
worth was 100 gold.
yep.
Okay,
So
yeah. You give it something that it wants, basically. Something that
Yep.
it would like. Maybe like a very fine quill
yeah.
or a nice ledger to write stuff.
Right. So I'll ask him about
Or some ink.
like we're trying to find out the like more information about House Azernay and their research and attempt to attack the elven city of Iodara. Or Iodara. And then I'll mention specifically I want to know more about El Alevra. Yes, Alevra Azernay. And yeah, so that's kind of what I'm looking for information on is like Alevra Azernay and her machinations, I guess. What he knows about that, or if he can get information about that for me.
He doesn't seem to be too. He doesn't seem to be too thrilled about being here, but he listens to your inquiry and tells you that the first thing you mentioned isn't what we write or catalog. Questions about specific people, particularly those extraordinary individuals, is what we catalog within our scriptures. So a question about a specific person is something I can help you with.
Okay, well, if you can give me more information about Alevra Azurne, who has recently come into power within the Azurne house.
Very well. I will I'll look this information up for you.
Okay, so I'll make my caster level check. Cool, it's a good roll. So I think, let's see, planner inquiry, I think it does it like as, basically that's my gather information check that for him, basically. So that might not even give me any information, but it's worth a shot.
26, okay.
Yeah, and he'll go look for like 1d4 hours to try to find it. So I'll hear about it later in the day.
Oh, does it take him some time to get?
Yes, that's what. So let's see. If he doesn't know it automatically using his own knowledge, um, like basically he can either try to answer my question with the knowledge he has. So if he has like a book right now or something, he can like look up that name. And be
Okay.
like, oh, here's some information. Then that works. Like if he has a knowledge roll, he can roll for it. Then that works. But if he doesn't know it offhand, then that's when that diploma or that caster level check goes. He basically goes and tries to gather that information for me. So I don't know. I guess that's up to
Okay.
you basically if he actually would know that or has the
Let me
knowledge
see if
skill
he
to know
knows.
that.
I believe history will do just fine. He doesn't roll very high though, so he tells you that it's going to take some time to get the information.
Okay. Uh, well, I thank him for taking the time to do this then.
Okay, so he comes back within 2 hours, and using your check, he has some information to.
All right. I'm ready to write
He
this
says
down.
that the information about this Alevra Azrene is actually quite brief. He says he had to cross-reference it with others by similar name, because apparently this Alevra came into being not too long ago.
Wait, like born?
Like she wasn't. Like she was. I don't get that. Like she's young, really young. Like she was created
He
as
says
a
that
formally
this
formed
creature
adult.
seems to be of typical age for an adult elf,
Mm-hmm.
Did they
but
succeed?
that
So
their existence begins only only
perhaps it's like
50
something
some
like.
years ago.
Huh, so something. It's perhaps something like a vigilante's second persona kind of thing where you can actually or some sort of magic like some sort of effect where you create a separate persona within the same body of someone else. So
Or she's
there's
doing what we're doing. Rah ha ha ha.
yeah, so Alevra basically has an alter ego is what we know then basically.
It's what you can guess, yeah.
Okay,
And he
that's
tells you
actually
that
very helpful though.
this Alevra Azrene actually left Ayadara. She was there in the very beginnings of her time, according to their scriptures.
That's pretty strange.
That she fled to the Underdark, and for many years eked out an existence among the elves underneath the surface until she was accepted into this house because of her fanatical prophecies of vengeance upon their surface brethren.
So something happened to her in Ayadara, probably.
She got
That's
into a wrestling match with a certain Dampier.
Oh.
He this
That-
extraplanar creature does express much concern because he says that her soul, or basically her soul, is destined for greatness. That this is an unusual individual.
Well, tread carefully then.
But she's
Not
elf,
me,
not
you.
drow. Right? Or
Right, yeah, no,
Well,
I'm saying
he's using the
I'll
word
tread.
elf to refer to every kind of elf. Like, it doesn't make a difference whether they're a surface elf or a drow. They're all elves.
yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking. Okay.
They're all elves to
But
an
still,
extraplanar creature.
for some, like, somehow the being Alevra did not exist until whatever whatever Alevra was before, or like her other personality or whatever. Like, if maybe she became a vigilante there, but that's still weird because it means there was a drow in Ayadara for some reason 50 years ago, and then came here and then joined House Azrene.
Or she's just an elf who somehow came here.
I mean, maybe she's not a drow at all. Maybe she's an elf in disguise, right? Or no, did he say she's a drow?
He said she's
He
an
said
elf,
she's an elf.
but he's been referring to like the elves, and he said the elves beneath the surface, so the drow. He's been referring to them, the both, as elves. He
Right.
doesn't know like the nomenclature for drow.
Yeah, he doesn't
Basically,
see as much
he just knows
difference
they're elves.
between them. They're just both elves as far as he's concerned. I mean, maybe you're right. Maybe she's just an elf, but it's still like, I don't know. It's still weird. I mean, it does mean there's probably like another, like she's like a vigilante or something. Except that this was out of character. This was before vigilantes existed. But I mean, it's something probably along those lines. I would assume, right? Like, she couldn't. I don't think it was somebody made like a fully formed adult elf 50 years ago. I mean, that's possible too, I suppose. Maybe she was
He
created.
seems just as perplexed as you that this is something
Yeah.
that he's never really heard of before. I mean, well, maybe not heard of completely. He says that there are some weird things that happen, but
Right. But this is one of those weird
they're very
things.
fringe cases. And what's upsetting is that, uh, written in their scriptures is that she is an extraordinary person just by birth. That her fate was almost like determined before she was born when they first started writing about her.
Hmm.
Which also makes me wonder there has to be some other entry because this is unusual for a story to start like this.
Right. As I said, she has to have like a second, um, like there has to be like two Alevras, I would assume. But there was some being that she was before she was a Levra, and that like a Levra was like another. Because
He says that it would take an extraordinary amount of time to cross-reference every other
right, and
soul that matches this one.
I don't expect you to. That's probably a task beyond what I can really ask of you. Unless I have
Indeed,
more
and my
information, I
time
can.
is up. And good
Yeah,
luck. Morg.
if I can find for information, I'll maybe to steer you. I'll let you know. But thank you.
It nods and it vanishes.
Okay. So yeah, I'll
It does the
relay
cocoon
that.
thing.
Yeah. I should have like a name for this guy. I don't think he's actually given. I don't know if he's given me a
He
name
spins
yet.
a cocoon like with his mouth and then it like
Yeah.
shrivels and he's gone.
I'm just gonna call him Jerry since he didn't give me a name.
No, everybody hates Jerry.
No, man, Jerry's fine.
I also used diplomacy, but I wasn't going to interrupt that
Okay, sorry,
situation.
Valyria, I'll get to your divination right now.
Thank you.
How should I proceed to acquire the information necessary to stop the destruction of my daughter while maintaining the path of love in this land of sin? Okay. Hmm. Okay. The response you get back. You get a cryptic response that says, "Stay close to the house. Uh, stay close to the house wronged by the Azranes, and listen to those who give words of wisdom and fear them." There's their cryptic response with 10% more crypticness.
I think my information was more useful.
Hmm.
So yeah, I'll go relay that though to everyone else. That
Okay.
yeah, information. The Levra Azurnes apparently only existed for 50 years and uh, came to be in the city of Ayadara, and from there made her way to House Azurne. And yeah, share my own suspicions about like that. If people are like, "What the heck does that mean?" I'm like, well, I mean, I think it means just probably like she's got like another persona or something, perhaps within her.
Yep.
But that's just
What
my
do you
best
guys
guess.
do from here?
I mean, I guess I'll see if Valeria wants to contact, what's her name again?
That
Still in the
actually
morning, I
isn't
think.
on my agenda right now.
Okay then.
At least not immediately. Uh, and I'll discuss what I learned with the party. Do we know which house has been?
Uh, I mean, possibly if House Fanark, they did mention having been, that they used to have deals with them, right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because with a change in leadership comes a trade in, truces, right?
Right. So I mean, that's the thing. They used to work with them, and it was very profitable for them, and now like they don't. So I mean, I don't. I guess we'd have to ask someone from House Fanark more details about that. But if any house has been wronged, I guess by them, I assume that's the first one I would think of. And you said that that this that your uh, patron was telling you to uh, stay close, like implying that you're already close in some ways to House Fanark. I mean, that's the only one we've had any dealings with besides the Parastric house.
Yeah.
But I don't see any connection between House Parastric and House Azurne. At least none that we've been told about.
I want to try to gather information on
About what?
specifically who may have, like, which house got the worst deal out of the change in matronage,
Well,
aside
wait.
from, the people within House Azrene.
So it was Azrene, and they're the ones that invaded up top, right?
Yeah, and
Yes.
And
that's the
then
one Novenis was
Parastric,
part of.
Parastrik was the one that you guys found the alchemist book on up top.
Right. So I mean, obviously they had
Mhm.
some
So
sort of
there
dealings
is a
with
connection
Azrene.
there, yeah.
There's a little bit of
There
connection.
could be an
Yeah.
issue there. We don't know enough about Parastrik to really cross them off yet.
That's true. I mean, maybe we should go start talking to House Parastrik, or maybe I should. I guess. I mean, I think I'm really the only one that
Right?
can really be
Valyria,
doing
you
that.
don't really get the information you want, but you get something that maybe helps in a different way. You ask people about the the dealings that the two houses had, and you don't you don't get you don't hear from anybody that that ever really happened. People like look at you and like deny that like they ever had a truce, that it's rare that the houses ever conspire together, and if they did, others would know.
Okay. I go back to my room and I start preparing sending.
Okay. Secret, did you want to say anything or do anything? Okay, just I don't want you to be left out on anything.
What about Nataka?
If Nataka wants to do something, yeah. I heard Derek talking, so I knew he was
Right.
in here.
No, it kind of came down to a we can't cross Parastrik off the list yet, but I'm not going.
Yeah, you kind of. I think you're kind of on their blacklist.
Who, me? Nah,
You
couldn't
could
be.
have this body and approach them again.
That's true. You could use that other body that Valyria had. You just have to get me to cast that lesser recorporeal incarnation.
But I don't like this one as it is. I don't want to try a different one on.
Yeah, I mean that's
Trying
fair enough.
people on.
I don't actually have the spell prepared either, so.
So, I should have told her to contact us. Maybe I should just use my sending on, Gadok. See how he's faring.
I'm like, hey, Gadok, sorry we sent you to Nirvana. Hope you are faring well. Yes, it
Yeah,
does.
it does.
It just has a 5% chance of failing. I mean, I just know it specifically says like sending has a 5%
Yeah, it
chance
says
of
if
failing
the
across
creature in
planes.
question is not on the same plane as you are, there's a 5% chance it does not arrive.
Yeah. I guess they have a spell that doesn't have that 5% chance, but if it's a higher level, it'd be like, what's the point? I can just use sending. Like if
Does anybody else want to help me compose a message to, Escarvala this time?
What are you trying to what are you trying to do? Like
No,
what's the
not
information you
GM.
want or
I'm asking the party.
Okay.
Haha.
Yeah, help type something out for me.
But Secret, Mantis wants to pursue some kind of a relationship here.
yeah, this is like but what if I'm really invested in the Escarvala, like shipping Escarvala with whatever. Just like I was shipping Safa with Bojask or whatever his name was.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
I was shipping that too.
Bojask is still there, yeah, I think.
Yeah,
He's like living
for all
in
you know.
still, as far as I know, he's still living in the basement down there.
Everybody has everybody has someone to come back.
Yeah.
I guess I'll just start writing something.
She told us to contact her the next day and that she'd have another task for us. And she would also, if we did that task, she'd get us more information about where, like, she doesn't actually know where House Azrin is. She can get that information for us. I mean, I think originally we were wanting to, but right now, I think Valeria's feeling, uh, I guess, urged by her deity to stick with Escarvala, basically, because that's how he's interpreting the kind of vague divination he did.
Yeah.
Like the vague divination from Shaylin. Like Shaylin was saying, was basically like vaguely saying something that could be interpreted as meaning stick with the House of Anarch. Maybe they were talking about like the betrayal that we did on Gadok, I guess. Like that's the betrayal. We need to stick with Gadok.
No. It mentioned a house that has been harmed by the Azranes.
Oh, well, yeah, that's probably not Gadok then. Maybe it's
Yeah.
House Azrene. Stick with House Azrene. They've been harmed by the Azranes.
Aha!
That was my other thought. But I'm guessing most of them are dead. So here goes composing nothing. Secret probably won't like this.
Are you trying to irritate her?
Irritate Secret? No. Well, bang.
Well, bang,
Yeah,
okay.
like the fucking um the Mass Effect thing. You've seen that before, right?
No.
Commander Shepard. Well, bang, okay. It's
I
like
have not seen
somebody.
this.
Okay, it's like a video where they took like stuff from Mass Effect and like mashed like the voice acting stuff together to like create different sentences. Like they have one about like what's his name, the guy in the security guy or whatever in and he's like looking at like a picture of Shepard and like sitting there like longing for him. Yeah, I'll show you guys it after after the session if you guys are interested. Still a better
Okay.
love story than 50 Shades of Grey.
Well, yeah, yeah, okay. Never even thought of that as a love story, so I mean, sure.
I mean, it's supposedly is.
It's a story about emotional and mental abuse, but yeah. Baby, don't hurt me.
I'll be right back while you're typing that.
I'll be right front.
Okay, this is exactly 25. Where's her thing? Alright, she sends you back a change of plans. Come to House Vanark. Stay out of sight. Escort Safan away. I'll have the leverage to get whatever information you want.
Okie dokie. Something happened. I don't know who Sifan is. I'll relay this to the party. Yes, yes, much.
But I don't. But I, it's not very much information. Murtaugh is very unsure of this. Feels like this could actually turn into killing.
We're escorting Safan? Is this supposed to be Safa
Yeah.
or is this Safan?
Sifan.
Is it his name? It might be Safan. It might be Safan. Might be a chick.
Are you trying to assume their gender?
I mean,
So, what do you guys...
I guess we make our way back up to Upper Zernikainen.
Alright.
Airdresser.
How do you guys get there?
Way we got before.
That's a good idea.
okay. I mean, how much do those cost again?
We're told to stay out of sight.
Well, she means stay out of sight in terms of getting into House Vanark, I think.
Oh.
Like, I'm pretty sure that we just need to get, like, kind of what I did last time, just dim door. We'll probably dim door in the exact same place. No, I can't teleport us. I can't teleport us that far. I don't have. If I was level 10, I could actually teleport us from here. But since I'm not, I only have dim door.
That's a good
Okay.
idea.
I mean, if we're gonna take the gecko up the walls like that, we'll have to all get geckos. But
Well, I don't have to go up the wall. I'll just go with you.
that's true. I
To
guess you
have
could get a
gecko.
You
gecko
can
and
get
then
a
just
gecko.
ride with us on the gecko while we walk through the normal paths.
Fuck yeah.
I'll walk through the normal path.
You can get like a
Non-gecko.
light gecko for like 110 gold pieces and a heavy one that can maybe hold like 2 people for 200.
Hmm.
The heavy one like can, do the heavy lifting and shit. Stronger gecko.
Right, but
Otherwise,
climbing
just
up
a
the
one
walls,
person,
the
one saddle
saddles
gecko.
are... Yeah.
Right. If we were climbing up the wall, we'd all need our own. But
110? That's not bad. I'll take, like, just a regular riding gecko.
A gecko.
A gecko.
it's gonna be
Get
like
your own cave gecko.
funny. You have like 2 people on it, but it has to be like one of those puzzles where like you can't have the wolf and the chicken with each other, or the wolf will eat the chicken. So you gotta like go across. But you can only go across one of them at a time. Like one of those puzzles, you know.
Right.
Like you can't leave Safa with an Ataka, or Safa will eat an Ataka.
So is Safa the only one getting a gecko? Or
Boom!
is somebody else getting a gecko?
I don't really have the money to spare on a gecko.
I don't trust geckos.
Your loss.
Yeah, I don't have the money either.
So just Safa gets a gecko.
And I'm gonna call her Winifred.
I think Safa is the only one that has handle animal anyway, right?
Right.
Yay!
Well, maybe.
At least I thought you had handle animal. I thought you got it.
I do, but I don't know if anybody else has it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, good. You're prepared for this then.
Yeah.
Remember, she took up handle animal because she learned about handle animal from Bojask.
Right.
Yeah.
Very good. Well, the gecko is trained.
So yeah, that'll make
I
it.
So
swiftly
only
get
Safa's
into
getting a
the saddle.
gecko.
I don't swiftly get into the saddle. Quite a bit
It's
lower than
weird
most.
getting onto it at first. And the geckos make this weird sound. Like these weird like whoop whoop.
Oh, alright.
Oh yeah, that sounds awesome. I'm a little jealous, but well, I should say
There's your
I'm a
gecko.
little jealous. Like me, the player, is a little jealous. Or Axie's probably like, ugh, these geckos are disgusting.
Your gecko.
I mean, is this still technically an animal?
It is.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It's 100% an animal.
Gotcha.
You could cast Awaken Animal on it and have an intelligent gecko that you talk to and can like learn to cast spells and shit. Just need to go find a druid.
I pull out my flute and I start playing my flute as I'm riding the gecko alongside these guys.
Oh man. Wait, who actually can cast Awaken? Yeah,
I
just
don't know.
druids and shamans. So yeah, we gotta find a druid or a shaman to cast it.
Nah.
Then you can have an intelligent gecko.
Mm-mm.
Also, it costs like 2,000 gold to do that.
Then it'll know to do shit and it'll be like, bitch, why are you riding me?
Yeah, and it gets too.
Alright, well, I guess I'm going along with
Okay,
them on
so-
my gecko, but yeah. Maybe I'll go up along walls and just to tease them.
Alright. Oh man, what's with this roll 20 right now? I'm taking a really long time to finish like loading up this token.
Hmm.
Sometimes it does this. It's really annoying.
Yeah, I think it's their population.
It's because we're
numbers.
at a high traffic time, I think.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm gonna refresh the page. But in the meantime, Somebody can roll me some survivals. I need 4 survivals for you guys to get through the caves to the
I'm
upper
going to
level.
assist Nataka, who has a good survival. Who's the only one that actually has that skill.
Mine is
Yeah,
also to assist.
I don't think I successfully assist on... I can assist on 2 of the checks, on the middle checks.
Alright, let's see.
Oh, there we go. That's a good survival. Oh, there we go.
Oh, that
Good
last
survival.
one.
You did have assistance on that last one still, though. So
I'm like, let's go
It's
this
only
way.
like a
The
DC.
gecko's like, no, this way.
if you have like at least a if it's only a DC like 15 or something, you're probably fine.
Yeah.
Because you
Okay.
have assistance.
The survivals are actually to reduce the percentage of a random encounter.
Oh, well.
So the
Oh,
first
okay.
3 have reduced it significantly, and the second one, while it was a low survival, I didn't roll high enough to get you guys a random encounter, so you're fine.
Okay.
The first time we did this was like a lot of like low survivals and
Oh yeah,
these
no,
low
we
percent.
had shitty rolls. It was rough.
Okay,
That
so you
one-
guys
that.
get
Jeez.
That was back when Derek couldn't roll higher than like a 4.
Right?
yeah.
So yeah, we get up to the top part of the city again. Whatever that category or that cavern's called.
Yay.
You're like over here.
I thought we
Or was
got
it over
spat out over here.
I think it was over here. That's where House Benark. Oh, that's
No,
As-
House
I
Benark's
labeled
right
it.
here. And we got spat out right here. And maybe we'll try to make our way over here and like down here and then teleport in there.
Okay, great. Do you guys do anything, or do you maybe message her again? Do you guys wait or message?
Like before we get in there, I guess we could like, or
Or
we
like
just
when you guys get here, you're outside of the house. What do you guys?
right.
Oh.
Well, I think I'm gonna dim Doris. Where do we leave the gecko, by the way? Like I don't think I can dim Doris.
You have the gecko with you. It's there.
Well,
Yeah, I
I'll
know,
just
but
It's not that
I don't
leave
think I
actual
can
the gecko
size, but
here.
I don't think I can dim door it to
That's
the.
fine.
Okay.
I'll just be like, stay, gecko.
Because like I can dim door with like 3 other people.
I can't
But,
sending her today. Again.
Dang it.
Sorry.
Okay.
Oh, it's gonna make things a lot more difficult then. Um. Okay, I mean I can dim door us back into that art gallery or whatever that we were in before, and just hope there's nobody in there when we appear there. I wish
What
I had,
about
like,
the
a
guest room that we
visibility sphere.
spent the night?
I can do in that as well, and also hope that there's nobody in there. So I'll do that. I'll dim door us into the guest room that we stayed in there before, and hope that there's nobody staying there right now. I think that's a good suggestion.
okay. Is that what you want to do?
Yup. I'm gonna dim Doris. I'm sure nothing can go wrong. I'll dim Doris into the, I do still have Detect Scribe up from last night, by the way, if that matters.
Okay.
And I'll dim door back, yep, into that apartment, or the guest room or whatever, and hope that there's not somebody in there right now. Because that could be bad. I guess if we roll really high initiative, we'd stop them from yelling or something.
Hmm.
You kind of know where it is, so you guys can dim door there.
Okay.
Alright. So I don't know where we go from here, because we don't actually have sending.
My personal goal is to make someone swallow a bomb.
I can cast invisibility on somebody, or on myself.
I can cast it on myself. Just drink my extract.
I prepare
Yeah,
locate object and we find her.
Yeah, but then
Okay.
what do we do?
We physically find her.
Okay. I mean, I'm just saying.
Do you
We're
cast
just gonna
locate object?
we're gonna wander the halls.
I guess.
Was she like us? Was she wearing the same sorts of clothes all the time, or was she
Not
wearing
quite,
different stuff?
but
Does she wear the same jewelry?
give me a perception.
Like a retroactive
Sure.
perception.
I'll give you that right now because it's a wisdom roll. You know that even when she whatchamacallit, no matter when you've seen her, and even when she did like remove like some of her own clothing, you know that there's one thing that she never removes, and that's she has this signet ring that
I will
bears
locate object on that.
the rune of the house. Okay. Then your locate object works, and you feel yourself facing this way.
Oh dang.
210 feet this way.
Up or down? Or
How many dimension
can give
doors
you-
do you have, Araxi?
A few, but I've mentioned before about dim dooring places I haven't. I mean, I guess I could. I guess I could swap out for scrying. I suppose, and that might be the best way to go about it.
I'm gonna look around the room, see if there's anything we missed last time we were here,
Okay, I'm gonna pull
or if
my.
anything's changed.
I'm gonna say this is gonna take a while, so I guess. So I'm gonna pull my
Okay.
spell book back out of the
Or wait,
ethereal plane.
or we could try to make our way there as sneakily as
Nataka,
possible.
you think, unlike
I don't
last
think we
time,
can do that.
there is something that you missed.
Guys, there's something in here. I didn't notice it last time. It's in here somewhere. Do I know about where it is?
Yeah.
Well, you do that. I'm gonna spend an hour casting scrying and try to scry on Escarvala. So.
You think there's a secret door here.
another one.
Huh. Interesting.
Guys, I found a secret door here. I kind of want to inspect it for traps or anything.
So you want to cast a scrying?
I'm gonna spend an hour to cast scrying. I'm gonna start casting scrying on her and hope that I can just. Because if I can scry on her, that makes it easy. Then I just see where she's at and I go, okay, cool, and then I dim door right to her. Because I. Like right after I see her through scrying, you know, like I can just do that because I'll be able to see I can see where she's at. Assuming that she's within
Okay.
range.
Give me catch level check.
So that'll be easier. So, but that'll be after an hour. So I don't know if people are going to be doing stuff because it takes an hour to cast it. So yeah. So what are you guys doing while I'm spending an hour to cast scrying? I guess are you guys going to actually inspect that secret door? You're just gonna
I'm
sit around
inspecting
and-
Detect magic at the door.
So I got 20 perception on the door to see if I can find any traps or anything like that. And then Mantis is detecting magic on the door, and Safa's watching intently, probably, and misspelling gecko. I just saw that.
Okay, well, for those of you casting detect magic on this secret door, you don't detect
It's
magic.
not misspelling, by the way. It's a typo.
Fair enough.
Let's try to open the secret door.
while Araxi's casting the spell.
Nah.
Do I notice any traps or anything, or?
No.
Okay. Gonna listen in and see
Let's
if I can hear
see.
anything on the other side.
Nope. You don't think you hear anything on the other side?
I'm gonna slowly creep it open then. See if I can.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with a little bit of stealth as best I can. Oh, that's a good roll for me. I only get +4 on that.
Yeah, I was like thinking, man, it'd be a good idea to do sure casting, but the thing is, sure casting only lasts for 1 round. Like, I don't think you can do it for like a freaking 1 hour cast time. I wonder if I would be counted as being familiar with her now.
Yeah. You've
'Cause
seen
that
her
makes
enough times.
yeah, that makes the will save. She gets a -5 to the will save to resist scrying. We don't have like a possession of hers or anything though, do we?
I have the
No.
likeness I have of her, and I show you again.
Right, yeah, I have the drawing to use to scry, so I mean that'll maybe help. We totally should have stole some of her clothes or something. Or stole some
That
of
would
her
have been
hair.
odd.
That would have been. You should have been like, I want a lock of your hair, Lady Galadriel.
Oh.
I like how in the like it's funny because like in the books it makes a lot more sense because like Gimli specifically like asks for the lock of hair, right? And like it's like he's really poetic about it and everything, but like in the movies it's just totally just like she's giving all this awesome stuff to everyone, and then she's like, for you, Gimli, 3 pieces of hair. It's like totally like just like fuck you, you stupid dwarf, you just get some hair.
I thought it became useful for him in the book somewhere.
I don't remember. It's been years since I read it.
Nantaka, I guess as you're peeking out, you don't really see anything at first, but you do see something after a moment, which is good that you rolled a stealth, because they don't seem to notice you. But what you do see are 2 drow coming from this hall, and they seem to be carrying things.
Like what?
Like bags or
Do you have
something?
knowledge religion?
I can tell you I'm losing my religion. No, I don't have knowledge religion.
You're not sure what they're carrying, but they look like profane, like ornaments and tools. And they open up this door, and they walk inside. And do you speak Underdark? Do you speak Undercommon and Elven?
I speak Elven, but upon having come to this place, I would have downed my comprehend languages.
Okay. They're speaking Elven, and you overhear them saying something about.
About what?
They say we must make sure that Lady Fideva's sermon goes better than the last. Yes, I remember what happened to the last servants who forgot the incense.
Lady Fideva. Hmm.
And they move into that room, and they close the door.
I come back in and kind of explain to Valeria what I saw, being that Valeria is our local religious nut.
I want that incense.
But a
I could
small
totally just
party.
no. I could totally use that incense to cast freaking Rite of Secluded Mind every day. It costs like monies to cast. I think it's like 100 gold or something for it. It's Centered Mind. Yeah, 100 incense worth 100 gold. Material component.
I don't know what they were carrying. It looked profane of some, but I don't know that much about the religion stuffs.
Anyway, Raxi ignores your discussion about it because she's concentrating on casting Scrying. I do actually have a trait as well. I mean, it's yeah, focused mind. That I'm like really good at blocking out distractions.
Okay, so do you end up casting the scry? Or is anybody else doing it?
Assuming an hour passes, I would.
Mhm.
Yeah, we'll keep watch while she does it.
So I'm gonna use my Arcane Reservoir point to boost the caster level check, I think. So that's my caster level check. And then the DC would be a 20 normally, but like I said, there's modifiers. So if I'm considered to be familiar with her, then she gets a -5 to her will save, and if if she has what's it called? Oh yes, so she gets a -2 because we have like the drawing of her basically. Assuming that the drawing is considered a good enough drawing to like be considered a likeness basically. I don't know if it actually is or not. I don't remember. It might have been like too bad or too shitty a drawing to actually work, but I'm trying to do it because I'm like everything I can do that could potentially help.
Mhm. Okay, well, it succeeds.
Okay, so I see her.
You do, and she's in her room.
And there's anybody there
Doesn't seem to be
within
anybody
10
with her.
feet? Okay. In that case, I will say, okay, I see her, and I'm gonna get everybody gather around, hold hands, everybody, and
Ahu Forest,
There is
Ahu
one more bit of
Forest.
sensory information I need to give you.
okay,
After Nataka had checked this hallway and seen what she'd seen, but before you had cast scrying, anybody that's just trying to like listen and perceive like around them does hear something because it's very loud. You
Obviously,
hear
yeah.
like a
Okay.
lot of feet walking through this hallway, and a particular voice begins to like orate very loudly and fervently, and it sounds like the voice of a female doing this.
okay. Well, I blocked that out because I'm concentrating on my spell, yo. But maybe the rest of you guys try to figure that out before that.
And it
So there's
sounds like
that's happening.
the fanatical devotions of someone loyal to, a demon.
Okay, and that's happening pretty much as we're dim
A
dooring.
Reshkagal.
Yeah, around here.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna ignore that and say, let's go, everyone, and I'm gonna dim door us to where I saw like the location that I just envisioned through scrying. So basically, right next to all four of us, right next to what's her name, Escrivala. So the location I just scryed on.
You fired!
Now I only have one level 4 spell left.
I have no level 4 spells.
So we just appear next to her like sup.
Can you
You
shift
appear in this room,
keys?
and she looks quite startled. She drops like a cup of wine or alcohol that she was drinking,
What a sin.
I
and
assure you,
she
this
swears
is
for a
considered.
moment.
This is considered safe.
God damn it, really?
Hi, how's it going?
They
But
didn't see us.
she simply pours herself another cup quickly and drinks it and tries to just get her
I'm not
composure
drunk
back.
enough for this
is gonna
shit.
happen.
And she says, I was hoping you'd be here a little bit sooner, but you're not too late.
Okay.
She
Not
says,
going how I was expecting.
I have a mission for you that we need to act quickly on. Otherwise, I'll lose this potential at favor.
Okay.
She says, seeing as how you got in here without any trouble, you should be able to get out.
Yep.
Second son to House Vanark, Tyrion needs someone with your skill. His a love affair of his by the name of Safan Domvicia came here to sell her geckos, but it's known that the two have had trysts in the past. They've made a mess of things today, namely three servants are dead because of their wild
Their
devotions.
indiscretion.
Yeah, their wild indiscretion. And as a favor for Tyrion, I've offered him assistance in ferreting or in basically ensuring that Safan gets back home safely and discreetly.
Okay.
I can give him the word to send Safan off. All you have to do is be ready at the near the gates of the house and see her off as quickly as possible. Stay with her and protect her, because no doubt once she's left, we'll the guards will know and will likely send a patrol out to seize her.
But
Can he send her
so-
here?
Might
I
raise
don't see that
suspicions
help.
doing that.
If they can get her out, that's gonna be easier because I can only teleport 4 people around. Like I wouldn't be able to take her out of here directly from this room and bring everybody else with us.
I see.
Like
I didn't know
some
how
have to
many of
stay
those you
behind.
had left.
Well, you're thinking I maybe could like dim door people out and then come back and then go back out again, like 3 more or something.
No. I was
can dim
thinking
door.
maybe you didn't have any left.
Oh no, I can dim door us out, and that's what she
Okay.
wants us to do. The plan is we are gonna wait outside, and they're gonna let her leave, but then they're gonna basically assassinate her. Like
So we're
And
gonna
we're
grab
gonna-
her first.
we're actually gonna be anti-assassinators for once. Okay.
So next time on Dragon Ball Z.
Yep, and she says that to ensure her safety and freedom from here, don't use any discretion in protecting her.
Fire.
What, like
Instant
Her
perk up.
safety is the only thing that matters.
Right. So you're saying even though these are going to be House Fanark retainers coming to take her out,
And
we
she
don't need to worry about.
and nods her
Hmm?
head.
Okay.
All right. Well, it's been a pleasure, but I do have to go. I
She stands
apologize.
up and like shoos you with her hands.
See you,
Says,
Derek.
"Go now.
Okay.
Don't let
fly.
and whatever you do, don't go around like the the uh the halls out of here. Um, Deva is leading one of her sermons. If she catches you, then you're dead."
Night, everyone.
That won't be a problem. We'll leave the same way we came.
Good. Now hurry along.
Okay, and then I'll dim doors back outside to where we dim doored in from, kind of over by that ledge where the gecko is.
Hey, Gecko, are you
Assuming the
still
gecko
there?
stayed there for an hour. Yeah, we come back and find the gecko's dead.
Aw.
Yeah, the gecko's still there.
110
Okay.
gold worth. I had a good ride. It's not every day
Maybe
I
we
get to
can
do that.
stick the gecko seller on the gecko.
Oh.
I guess that's probably a pretty decent place to stop.
Does she have her own geckos with her? I wonder. I mean, she's probably riding her
We
own
will
gecko
stop
actually.
before we get into any combat, but I do want to at least get this scene rolling and introduce the character.
Sure.
Oh,
Okay.
okay, sure.
I mean, Derek's gonna miss that, but that's fine.
You can watch it.
So what you guys see, like you wait around for a little bit, and then from like the gates, you see like a figure just kind of like appear. And I think Araxi has enough knowledge arcana to know that this person just came out of invisibility.
Okay.
And
So
it looks
she
like a
didn't
female drow.
teleport. Okay.
And she starts running. And all of the guards like start yelling things. And some of them shoot at her, but they don't manage to hit her. And she keeps running. And I imagine that you guys meet up with her
We beckon her to
soon.
Yes.
She runs to you. And she acknowledges that you're the ones that are going to get her back to, the city.
Yeah, we'll get you back to Zernikainen. Like the
Yes.
Zernikainen proper, I guess, or whatever the name of that cavern. What's the name of that cavern again? That's in the main part of it, below Idrisar or whatever. Do they have a thing listed there for it? Nope.
She says, "When we better go fast, uh, they're no doubt getting their riders, and they'll be after us, and you can bet that they'll catch up with us. How are we
Okay.
getting out of here?"
that way.
We're walking.
She says, "Don't you have anything faster?" And she sees the gecko. "What about that?
Well,
Surely one of you
yes.
can take me on it."
Shh.
I mean, it's not a heavy gecko,
No.
right? It's a light gecko.
Right.
Or if you really want, I can get you away.
No, I don't think
Out
that's.
of
She
the
looks
city.
at you and she says, "I just want to go back to my home."
Yeah. Let's not do that plan.
Well, whatever way we decide, let's go now.
No, we're gonna go on foot, but we'll protect you.
Fine. I
We don't
prefer if
wanna
you just let me
separate.
take the gecko
Do you
and
have
cover my
money?
retreat. She says,
We
"Whose
couldn't-
gecko is that?"
That's my gecko, and I just bought it with a lot of money.
She says, "If you let me take the gecko, I'll make sure it gets back to you, and I'll give you a hefty reward."
Huh. Well, I mean, I can
Uh,
accept that. Do I trust her?
If she's telling the truth and the other part is that I'm going to try to convince her that she's safer with us even if we are slow.
Safa, you're not sure, and Valeria, you're not sure. Diplomacy-wise, she says, I'll do whichever you decide, just as long as you do it now.
Okay.
Then let's get going. We start
Okay.
walking the way we came.
I'm just like thinking that
So-
we let her leave ahead of us with the gecko, that she just gets killed on the way back, like somebody else ambushes her, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess she
I'm
wouldn't
trying
have
to
that's
keep
the
her
thing.
safe.
She could use the gecko and like ride down the other like little tunnels or whatever, I guess, and maybe that's like the other tunnels or
Yeah.
whatever.
No. How
Quicker.
about
She
she
could get-
walks with you guys and I ride the gecko and I like run behind and scout and maybe you run ahead and scout.
I mean, that works too.
Okay, cool. Then we have our scene
I guess
for
that's how we're
tomorrow.
doing it.
I actually made the map for today, but we'll do that next week.
Yeah.
Right. It was a little bit shorter session because
You guys will be running from some mounted drow and fighting them as you go.
Looks like I chose correctly, guys.
Yeah. It's cool
I
because
don't
the
wanna frickin'
geckos
have
can
to cast
walk
while
on like ceilings and
on a
stuff,
gecko?
and the saddles they come with keep the rider in the saddle, so you can like fight like upside down on cavern walls and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it'll be interesting. I don't have any of my level 4 spells left. Like, I used all of my level 4 spells for this. Like, just
Oh,
getting in
and
out.
one more thing. Araxi, when Safan comes into your company, you detect scrying upon you.
Okay. That's useful to know. That means I gotta do an opposed caster level check again to be able to see who's scrying on her,
Yes,
though. Nope. I rolled really low again. It's just not gonna happen, I guess. Unless
not
they
meant to
rolled
be.
low, too, because it's an opposed caster check, but...
Right. Nope, that's not high enough.
Okay. Well,
It's a shame because they rolled low too.
yeah. I'll probably mention that as, like, you know you're being watched, right? Like, magically.
She says that doesn't sound like anything I wouldn't believe anyway. She
So
says
it
this
sounds
isn't
like
the first
something you'd
time
expect.
this has happened with me and Tyrion, but I'm sure it's the last. He seemed quite cross at me this time.
Okay. Well, that's why I think you should stick with us there. And if you try to leave us, they'll know where you're at. But if you're with us, them knowing where you're at won't matter.
All right, then we will end the session here.